Hello, it's Saturday morning, so I'm putting some face mask on my face for better skin. Alright, the book today is Chapter 1 by Daniel Flynn. He is the co-founder of Thank You, a brand in Australia that which is special about this brand is that all the profits would go to charity project in third world countries. And I didn't know that about Thank You before I read this book. I think that they are just a brand like any other brand in the world, but after I read this book, if I could go back to Australia, I would definitely would support their brand. Alright. So the brand is special and the book is quite special also, that this book doesn't have a price, a specific price, so you could pay $1, you could pay $100 or $1,000, whatever makes you feel happy, or even you could also not pay for it at all. And the book is it is printed landscape instead of a vertical like all the books. So the name is Chapter 1, there may be Chapter 2, Chapter 3 in the future, I don't know. And can you see the black letters here that say you have the power to change stuff? This is one of the best books for entrepreneurs that I found, and it is not boring at all reading it. Okay, the first page. Our world doesn't need another book, it needs an idea that could change the course of history, so write with us. Okay, let me just surf on some quotes. To change things, you must become comfortable in the uncomfortable. If we are going to change the game, we're going to have to start thinking differently. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do believe something is possible. The art of smiling and nodding. If the idea is good enough, the money will always come. Ask questions you don't usually ask. Dream like you were a kid again. Don't just talk, create action. I've always had a strong loyalty to people who have partnered with us. Walking out didn't feel good, but we had to protect the vision of Thank You, which at the end of the day was bigger than our team and our personal feelings. When I told the story of Thank You brand to my friend, he also came back to Vietnam from Australia. He didn't believe it. He didn't believe that there is a brand that doesn't care about earning money for themselves. They just they put all the profits into project charity around the world. He didn't believe that that brand could exist. It's quite unbelievable, isn't it? But people, especially the businessmen, they just care about money, and if one doesn't care about money and the other people just care about money, it's very hard to go on the same road for a long time. So it's best that they just part way. We're not the kind of people to allow age to be a determining factor in anything we do. Hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. Having no farm back is all the more motivation to truly invest your own. Your idea itself doesn't hold much value. It's your ability to find a unique way to execute your idea that is your secret sauce. Be brave. Your lack of experience in challenging status quo may be the greatest strength you have. Never in our lives can we afford to get to a point where we think we know it all. Be humble, be teachable, and always keep learning. Build a great team and you will achieve a great dream. Mentorship is literally a form of time travel. If you know how to listen to advices from other people, that would be a time saving. By setting their pricing at a high premium, consumers were under the impression that they were getting a very high quality product, when in fact they were just getting a good product with excellent marketing, celebrity endorsements, and in some cases, well-located retail outlets. For an online viral video to be successful, it shouldn't be longer than 2 to 3 minutes. I think that I'm doing a video on that would definitely fail because it's longer than 2 to 3 minutes. Money isn't always the answer to our prayers. Shouldn't overpromise something that you aren't 100% sure you can deliver on. The fear of failure has killed more dreams than failure itself. The importance of removing emotion from decision making, an extremely hard thing to achieve when money is involved. My emotions went up and down with my profit. Not to blindly trust people. I have a very trusting nature and it's hurt me a few times over the years. Trust is important, but so too is not just taking someone's word for it. Due diligence is key, especially in business. People tend to lie more and more nowadays, so be careful. Advertising is the tax you pay for being unremarkable. For organizations, I believe one of the biggest failures is creating a culture that doesn't allow people to fail and learn. If you're leading a team or organization, you need to actively foster a culture that encourages creativity and game-changing thinking rather than stifling it by not being willing to let people take risks that may potentially fail but may also succeed. If you're going to make your ideas a reality, you can't afford to live in fear of what other people think. Every person battles fear in one way and another, and the truth is, fear attempts to squash the greatness within every one of us. The fear of failure has killed more dreams than failure itself. Consider the opinions, welcome feedback. Don't fear what they think and don't let them dictate your moves. If you're kind, people may accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Be kind always. That is a quote by Mother Teresa, Teresa Calcutta. sometimes you have to take the risk to back what you feel in your heart, even if your rational mind is fighting it. Find a way to use your talents, your passion, your time, your ideas, your resources to make an impact outside of just you. Every person has value. Every person has an important story to live, and every person has the right to accept basic human rights. Stop and enjoy the wins before you repeat the process. Let me see if there isn't a successful example, but that doesn't mean an idea or concept is destined to fail. Have a childlike mindset when it comes to your idea. Aim for the impossible. So that's it, yeah. Alright, I think that's it. One thing I like about this guy Daniel is that he also read Bible when sometimes when he needs an answer, he reads the Bible to look for it. And I'm quite the same sometimes. I remember on my birthday, I think 3 years ago, at that time I was still wondering if I should stay in Australia or should come back to Vietnam. And on that day, on my birthday, the daily Bible said that Jesus didn't stay in the village, but he kept going to all the places to spread the news, the good news. And yeah, I think no, I won't stay in Australia. I will go to other places around the world. And well, when I came back to Vietnam, the COVID, the coronavirus started to dominate every countries in the world, and I couldn't move out of Vietnam. But I think it's not unlucky. It's not lucky either. It's just destiny, and I'm happy with it. You know, I'm happy with it. Yeah. And during the whole time, I know that it's hard for everybody, even for me. But I think we learned something out of it. I've learned something out of it, and I hope you do too. Anyway, okay, that's it for today. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, have a good one.